Good morning, students. Yesterday, we have discussed about the demand of reforms in the structure and process as well as in the jurisdiction of UNO. And I have ended my lecture with this that Kofi Annan has initiated for this. So, today we will discuss about this. As I have told you, Secretary General Kofi Annan, he has initiated an inquiry that what should be done that the number of members, maybe the permanent or non-permanent member, should be increased. And this criteria was told to be a new member of Security Council. This criteria was proposed. I am telling you, this criteria was suggested. What was suggested? That the country which will become the member of Security Council, that country should be a big economic power. That country should be a big military power. That country should be a contributor to UN budget. Regularly the payment should be there. The population of that country should be large. There should be democracy in that country. Not only existence of democracy, but the country should respect the democracy as well as the country should respect the human rights. A country which is having diversity of different type. Which type of diversity? There may be diversity of geographical diversity, diversity of economic system as well as diversity of culture. Cultural diversity should be there, geographical diversity should be there. Students, this was the criteria which was suggested to become a new member of Security Council. The member may be permanent or may be non-permanent. This was just suggestion only, not passed till now. Still there are 15 members. The number of members has not increased. Some experts think that the veto power should be abolished, that is given to the permanent member. Veto power, I have told you what is veto power. Means when the decision is taken in Security Council, this is taken by 2/3 majority. And in that 2/3 majority means 10, 5 permanent members should be in favor of it. If any one permanent member is not in favor of that decision, it is said that that country has used veto power and that decision could not be taken. The yes of all 5 permanent members or the no of all permanent members in a particular decision is compulsory. That is veto power. It is the negative vote of any permanent member. So, it was also demanded that the veto power should be abolished because it is given to permanent members only. And it is also told that non-permanent members, they are working for 2 years. They are elected for 2 years and they cannot be re-elected immediately after completing their tenure of 2 years. So it is also not a good practice. It should be changed. Students, just see the picture. It is in your book also. This shows the use of veto power by permanent members up to 1st June 2018. USSR or Russia has used veto power 135 times. China has used this veto power 11 times. France has used its veto power 18 times. UK 32 times and America, USA has used its veto power 84 times. Now students, before I teach you this reforms in jurisdiction, I must tell you something that the criteria which was suggested to be the permanent or non-permanent member, it is criticized. How it is criticized, I have not mentioned in my PPT. It is in your book at page number 89. You can see the last paragraph of page number 89, beta. It has been told that the country which wants to become the member of UN Security Council, that should be a major economic power. But how much economy? How much money should a country have? Again, the next is military power. Then how much military, how much arms and arsenal should a country have? Population should be large. Large means how much population should a country have? Means the criteria which is suggested, that is not clear in its terms. These are the shortcomings of the criteria suggested to be the members of United Nations Security Council. The country should have democracy. Most of the countries in the world are having democracy. But whether they are truly obeying this democracy in their country or not, who will check it? So these are the some shortcomings of that criteria. So now our next topic is reforms in the jurisdiction of United Nations. As I have told you earlier that two types of reforms were demanded. One was reform in structure and processes, and second was reform in jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means its powers. In 2005, UNO has completed 60 years of its formation, and UNO has reviewed the situation, and this was proposed that a peace building commission should be created in the world which will maintain peace in the world. Then acceptance of the responsibility of international community if there is failure of any national government which cannot protect its own citizen from the atrocities. Means if any country of the world, the government of that country cannot protect its own citizen from the atrocities, then it will become the responsibility of all the countries of the world to accept it and try to protect the citizens of that country. One more suggestion was there that there should be one human right council, and it was formed on 19th June 2006. UNO is also having its Millennium Development Goals, so it was also decided that all the countries will try to achieve that development goal. All the countries of the world, all the countries which are the members of United Nations, they will condemn terrorism in any of the form. It may be in any of the form. If terrorism is there in any of the country, it will be condemned by all the members of United Nations. One more, a democracy fund will be created, and the last was that trusteeship council should be wind up. So this was the reforms which were desired in the jurisdiction of United Nations. Now, in this reforms which were desirable in UNO, maybe in structure and processes or maybe in the jurisdiction, what is the role of India? What is the viewpoint of India? India believes that this type of international organization should be strengthened more because the scenario of the world is changing now, and the role of UNO should be enhanced, its power should be increased, and more cooperation should be there. India also believes that the UNO should work for the development of all the countries. Development should be the main agenda of United Nations, and United Nations must work for international peace and security. India also believes that there should be structural change in Security Council. It means India is in favor that number of members of Security Council should be increased. And India also in favor that some developing countries should be the member of Security Council so that they can take decision in favor of the developing countries, because it was blamed that the decisions of Security Council, they are tilted towards the west. So India is also in favor that the number of member countries of Security Council may be permanent, may be non-permanent, it should be increased. So that's all for today, students. Tomorrow we will meet again.